YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. We got some more Planet Zoo today, and we're going to be working in our Willow Park Sanctuary, which is our Let's Play franchise mode. And in the last episode, we worked on the Tortoise Habitat over here. We got this some viewing areas ready and everything. The guests seem to really like them. The thing we're going to start out with first is finishing up the actual Tortoise Habitat. And we're going to go ahead and get some, well, first we're going to go ahead and pause it so our animals don't get upset, but we're going to go ahead and get the habitat built up and ready to go, and then after that we can start working on Anteater Habitat over here. As you can see, I've already cleared it out, and the Anteater Habitat will be a little bit bigger than this, of course, because they need more room, but we're also got to make sure that they, we do everything we can to keep them from stressing too much. As you can see, even though they're in my trade center, they're still considered stressed, and that's something we got to worry about. And of course, we still need a workshop quarantine. And we have another visiting player, but seems like I only get the same visiting player each time, so I'm not sure about that, or what's going on there. But yeah, we'll go ahead and get this started over here later on, so this might be like 2, maybe even 3 more episodes before we get all this finished. Also, you know, I haven't done a whole lot of zoo management when it comes to work zones and all that stuff, so we'll go ahead and do that too soon as well. I wanted to go ahead and get all this finished before we actually start working on that. But first things first, let's go ahead and get the tortoises to the point of being happy. And one of the things I want to do is, right now we don't have to worry about stress because they can't see the guests, and the guests can't see them unless they're here within the viewing areas, and this is one-way glass, so we don't have to worry about the tortoises being stressed, because a lot of times they seem like they get really easily stressed. One thing I do want to do is I want to have like a central area here built out of rocks, and it'll be like a little bit of a shelter for the tortoises. And then of course get their enrichment items in and stuff like that. And I want to keep this area relatively flat, and I don't know if I'm going to put a water source in there with them. I mean, they don't really swim or anything like that. But also, one of the things we got to keep a thought about is the water treatment facilities. So I may go ahead and put a water treatment facility over here somewhere, maybe like one that's out here somewhere. But we have to make sure that it reaches this side as well, because we want to make sure that we don't need 2 separate ones. But let's go ahead and get started on this. And like I said, I want to build a little bit of a shelter. And like I said, we're going to keep it relatively flat, but I do want to try to get a little bit of terrain variations and stuff like that in this. So what we're going to do is we're going to put it on soil here, and we're going to raise the terrain just a little bit. And that's too much. That's about right. I like that. Okay, so we'll flatten it. And we're going to bring it all the way to the back here, up against these rocks. And like I said, this is just to give the habitat just a little bit of character. And we're going to smooth this out really, really nice. We want to make sure that it looks like the incline is almost non-existent. It's about like that. I think it looks good. And we can throw some rocks in here and whatnot. But yeah, this is what I'm talking about. And then we'll put the we'll have like a little bit of a shelter right here, maybe in the middle, and then we'll put some trees back here and stuff like that. And plus, we will have some trees eventually back here as well. I was thinking though, maybe when it comes to a water source, maybe we can have it running through here. Maybe we can put like a little bridge or something. So we'll try that out. Let's go back to flatten. We'll bring this down to 2. And we will get the little bit of a river or creek or whatever you want to call it through here. Just like that. And we'll have a bridge. And like I said before, we're going to smooth it out. And I just realized this isn't going to work because Yeah, so what we're going to have to do is we're actually going to have to push the terrain in just a little bit. Let's see how deep that is. That's a little too deep. Okay, that's perfect. Alright, so we'll try this again. There we go, and then we'll go ahead and smooth these edges out. I'm not going to do it too much because when you start smoothing the edges out, sometimes it'll give you some issues putting the water in. Yeah, so that's about as deep as we can go, so I'm okay with that. Like I said, this isn't something that you probably typically see in a tortoise habitat. This habitat is actually pretty large when it comes to that stuff. I mean, we're looking at 972 meters, and even still, if I put the anteaters in here, I feel like they would not be happy. But we can go ahead and load it up with some tortoises. We'll always have plenty of babies running around and whatnot as well. So yeah, what we're going to do is first, I want to take this, I'm going to duplicate it. Just a little bit more right there. As a matter of fact, let's no, it's too much. There we go. That way it's a little bit higher. Like I said, I want to, excuse me, I want a really nice backdrop on that. Yeah, like I said, we'll have a bridge that goes across. I'm pretty sure they can walk through the water. I'm honestly not too sure about that, but I'm pretty sure they can. So we're going to grab rocks from this over here. So we're going to grab some of the smaller rocks. Now I'm starting to debate. I think maybe we should put the area over here for them, their shelter. We'll put it over here in the corner so they can go straight from the bridge to that area. So that's what we're going to do. So, as a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and take some of the flat rocks. And we're just going to place some of these just like this. We'll leave like the little opening right there. And then same on this side, we will line this with rocks. Now I'm not sure if we're going to do like a natural bridge or anything like that, so we'll figure that out. I'm not sure if a natural bridge or like a man-made bridge made out of wood or something will be better. But I do like the idea of the little waterway there. Like I said, it's a lot of water for these tortoises, but I'm going to put this one there as well. And then what we'll do is we'll take some of the other rock. And we'll kind of like sneak some of this in there. Kind of breaks it up a little bit. There we go. Like I said, not too much. And they can also use these areas too, so they should be able to navigate through all that. And then, yeah, so we'll go ahead and get a shelter. So I'm going to use these. And actually, no, that's not what I wanted. We'll use, once again, we'll use this. See how tall that is. So I felt like that's tall enough, so we'll go ahead and sink them in. I'm just going to pull it out just like so. And like I said, we will mix the other rock types in here as well. Just like that. Alright, cool. Now we will use... I kind of like maybe the idea of using these. Maybe just like that. Yeah, I think that looks alright. Now we'll check. Let's go ahead and check and see if we are going to be able to use I always call it the Lion King style rock. This one right here. Let's try using this. Let's see if they can navigate that. Yes, they can navigate that. Sweet. So see, they still got plenty of room, and it says that the heart jar is only 76%, but I'm going to kind of ignore that because that shouldn't be the case. They got plenty there. And what kind of, you know, these are Galapagos, so we're going to go ahead and get their... I'll go ahead and put this on tick, this filter, so that way it's ready, but we'll go ahead and get the bedding in as well. That should be enough. And I was thinking maybe here we can put the feeding trough. And then below it we can put some of that, we can put some of those concrete blocks, or concrete pieces. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I always like this little bit of a trick here. It kind of gives it a little bit of like, you know, this is how they will be able to keep it clean. See how we can get it right in the middle. Yeah, like so. And maybe we can even put some kind of shelter over that as well. We'll figure that out when we get there. But yeah, so they can navigate this, and the staff should be able to navigate it as well. I do want to go ahead and take some of our little rock formations here. Kind of sink it in just like this to cover up the edge of the water there. Just like so. And then we'll take another one, preferably a different one. So this one. And yeah, you'll see me use a lot of these same rock formations over and over again. And I feel like you won't be able to tell if you you know, don't look at it that way. Probably should go ahead and shorten this just a little bit as well. I'll try shortening it. Yeah, we'll do it that way. And like I said, we will take some more rocks and put them there as well. So we'll take this one. And I'm actually going to take it and we're going to turn it on its side. Just like so. And then we'll fill this little area right here up with some foliage. But yeah, so when you're looking in, you should still get a good view of everything. So it looks pretty good. I see that this is going to break, so we're going to go ahead and call the mechanic. And again, I've been having the same issues. We're going to make sure they're right here. Exactly what I was thinking. They're going to keep getting stuck because Frontier has yet to fix this stuff. And I got to tell you, it's very irritating. And the thing is we have too many problems with that. It's going to be really hard to take care of our zoo. And I really don't want that to happen. But yeah, so alright, let's go ahead and get some more of their enrichment items and stuff in. So I'm going to go ahead and put a water pipe in, even though I don't think it's necessary. I kind of hate the fact that I have to use them sometimes. Maybe we can put it right here in the corner. We'll make a little feature out of it. And look at some enrichment items. So we do have this fruit spike tree thingy. Let's put that right there. And we need some toy enrichment. So we're going to give them a duck. Actually, no. We'll give them a sprinkler. And we'll give them a ball. There we go, let's check and make sure their enrichment is good. So we need some more species food enrichment. I'll give them a dog ball. There we go. Put that over there with that. Now let's go ahead and get the train back in. So I want to put all grass in here first. So what I usually do is I usually start out with the long grass. This is just a personal preference. We'll get the long grass in. And then we can come through and fix all that. There we go. Alright, so let's take it their terrain. So they need more sand. So like I said, we will go back to the sand. And we'll put it all along the edges here. And we'll put it also back there. And then put the little sand there. Put some sand here as well. Alright, and it says that they can do with some rocks. So what we're going to do is we're going to cover the bottom of this with rock. And we're going to have a little patches here and there. And just like so. And then I'm not liking the short or the long grass too much in this habitat, so I'm going to go ahead and fill that in. Just like so. We're going to make our own little grass pieces, sort of like what we do in some of my previous videos. So all that's in now, let's go ahead and add some nature. So they like South Central America tropical. So we'll go to continent and biome tropical, and we'll start adding in some plants. You know, we don't want nothing too none of these giant trees, so we'll try to go for some of the smaller trees, but I do want some trees. So kapok trees are too much. Ooh, something like this might do. Yeah, so need to find a place to add this. I'm thinking right here in this little area. And then we got a smaller one we can put. Put right there. Put this one in the corner. Take a look at this. Okay, I'm thinking maybe one more, so let's go ahead and put one right over here next to the water. There we go. I think it's plenty. Now again, we want to work on some kind of foliage type, so we gotta find something that's easy for the animals to navigate through. So I'm thinking, let's see, these is supposed to go in the water. But I wonder if we could use these for the interior of the habitat. I mean, if we sink them down. Okay, so I think this might work. So over here, we're going to start by placing this piece. Our line of service is off, so we're going to go grab one of these bad boys. Drop it in there. Let's grab some of this and drop it there. I don't want too many of like the crazy flowers and stuff. We're probably going to put some rhubarb in here too, because I really like the rhubarb. We'll go ahead and add a couple of these guys. One of these. And that's it. So what you do is we'll take this, put it together, make sure it's all one, and then we'll just start copying it around. And we'll put some over here. So I noticed that when I click on this, okay, it didn't work. We're going to fill this entire area up over here. Probably put a piece of, okay, so before we do anything else, before I forget anyway, I'm going to put some rhubarb over there. Just got to figure out where we're going to place some of this stuff. It's on top of that rock. I don't know if that works. It's whatever. We're going to leave it there. There we go. We just need these little bits. And then afterwards we'll go through and we can delete some of the pieces in each one, because we don't want them all to look the same. Just like so. And then like I said, one, we'll go ahead and delete that. Just like so. We'll go ahead and add some smaller pieces of foliage as well. I'm thinking maybe we can even add maybe something like this. I don't know. Like I said, make sure you let me know in the comment sections what y'all think about some of this stuff. We can always make changes and everything that we need to do to make this place looking pretty good. I have no mind. I don't mind at all making changes. Don't mind at all. Let's go ahead and sink another one of these guys into the ground, and then we'll place it right here. There we go. And we're going to sink some bushes and trees into the rocks over there as well. So I'm thinking we can use some big trees. Sink them in just like this. Thinking maybe like one like right here. Again, that gives it like a little bit of a backdrop, like we were talking about earlier. Like so. So when you're looking out, yeah, it looks pretty nice. I like the way this is. I like the way everything's coming together here. And then I do want to take, so you take the terrain. I do want this to be soil. We're going to go ahead and pull the sides up so that way it kind of like, there we go. And let's go and sink this down just a little bit more. Like so. And then we can start expanding this out. And like I said, we will get the long grass back in, and we will fill these little areas that has this stuff with long grass. So let's see if we can get another piece of foliage just to put there. So how about something we haven't used yet? One of those and a couple of these. Like I said, I want it to look pretty dang good, you know. Try my best to kind of mix it up a little bit, so maybe we can grab one of these guys too, place it over here in the back, and we will put some of these guys under it. Just random stuff. Oh, and like I said before, let's use this guy, sink it in. Start covering up some of these rock faces with them, and like I said, this, as you can see, this kind of gives it a little bit like it's growing through the rocks and stuff like that. So, all right, I think this is coming together. I think we're pretty much there, in my mind anyway. And these areas right here, we got to see and make sure that they can get through. And as you can see, there's only a few spots, but they can get through. They can even climb up there on that rock. Perfect. Now this little, I saw it a minute ago. This guy right here. We'll place that there, and let's go ahead and get some, trying to find something nice to put there. Let's get some more rhubarb. There we go. Alright, well. Alright, let's take the terrain and let's get some long grass. Put in these little areas here. There we go, and we'll take a look and see what it looks like from the outside. So, yeah, not so bad. I like the fact there's a lot of large trees surrounding. I know a lot of people might not like that. I like the fact that, you know, surrounding this is trees everywhere. I think we're pretty good. I think this is exactly how I like it. Uh-oh. These guys are getting stressed too and trying to hide. So this is what I'm talking about, man. This is getting ridiculous. Literally, they can go into their cave right there. I mean, so I think they're just gonna have to. They're just gonna have to deal. Because I'm tired of changing them out every 5 minutes. You know, trying to figure out which animal to use and all that stuff. I didn't want to use glass there. I wanted to have some kind of a overlook on that habitat. So, but all right. All right. So now, what I want to do is I want to get some more Galapagos giant tortoises in here, and I want to get almost the max about how many they can have in a habitat. So they like 1 to 4. So I'm going to do 1 male, and I'm going to do 3 females, because as long as we don't have any more adults than that, then we should be good. So let's find us a Galapagos giant tortoise. 1 male, 3 females. Let's find a good male. And that one's really good. Immunity, so I'm looking for longevity and fertility. So 50 and 83, 58, 67, bad, 58, 83. His immunity's bad, but is that really important? Because I don't feel like that's important. All we have is male. We're going to go ahead and get this one. This one's pretty good. And we have 1 female, and her longevity's good. Fertility's not so good, but there's a possibility that we could probably get we can get some more females later on. So she might not be very good, but we're going to go ahead and grab her anyway. And we are going to go ahead and add them to the habitat. And there we go. As you can see, I did add a little bit of a staff facility back here. We will decorate this at a later date. I want to focus on the animals first. But yes, there is our tortoise habitat, and I'm pretty happy with it. I think it's right where it needs to be. But we also want to make sure the water doesn't get dirty. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab ourselves a water treatment facility. This has a pretty good range on it, so if I put it over here, as long as we put... This might work. I'm going to put it right there. The range is good, and the negative impact is good. So we can go ahead and get ourselves a staff path, excuse me. Doesn't matter what it is. Let's go ahead and get rid of the... There we go. Perfect. Now let's check our mechanics. Our mechanics, we might not have enough. We have 2 mechanics at the moment. I'm going to go ahead and add another one. And I'm going to go ahead and add another keeper for now. Let's see, caretakers. I think we're good on caretakers. Security guards, we are good. Our vendors, on the other hand. How many shops do we have? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 6 vendors. I feel like that's enough. Yeah, I feel like that's enough. Vet-wise, we have 1, so we'll go ahead and grab another vet. Alright, so the question is how we want to work on the Anteater Habitat. So I'm thinking maybe we can keep this episode short. We'll go ahead and work on this area over here. We will line this up with something. We're going to go ahead and line this up with rocks, because I feel like that's the easiest way to deal with this. So I think we're going to finish it up over here. We're going to put the backdrop in with all the foliage and stuff. And we're going to go ahead and get that area done. And then the next episode we can move on to making the Anteater Habitat. So go and get this path lined up. By the way, I wanted to ask everyone that watches my videos. So we know that Planet Zoo, Planet Coaster, and just what people like to refer to as the Planet franchise. We know it's kind of become a franchise, right? So, you know, not just Planet Zoo, not just Planet Coaster. So my question is this. What would you guys want to see as the next Planet Zoo entry? Or not Planet Zoo entry, but Planet Zoo franchise entry. I keep saying Planet Zoo. The next Planet entry. So what game in the Planet franchise would you guys like to see next? I have a couple of ideas, but one of those ideas I would actually like to prefer to see implemented into Planet Zoo itself, and that would be the aquarium stuff. Like, I think an aquarium type game would be pretty cool, but I think along with most other people would prefer to just go ahead and see that implemented into Planet Zoo, right? So Planet Zoo / Planet Aquarium, all of it's the same. So I'm curious, you know, what everyone else thinks, or what everyone else would like to see themselves. So leave that down in the comment section. For me, though, besides the Planet Aquarium, I would like to see maybe... I would like to... Okay, so we know Frontier worked on Jurassic World Evolution, but Jurassic World Evolution is its own entity, right? It's not the same as... It's not the same. It's not the same thing, right? And I would like to see Planet do a game like Planet Dinosaur, or maybe call it like Planet Prehistoric or something, where it's Planet Zoo, but instead with dinosaurs. I mean, could you imagine the possibilities? The possibilities are endless on what kind of themes and animals. Like, I mean, you just imagine we got over 100 animals now in the game. Could you imagine, you know, that with that many dinosaurs in the game with the same style as the guests and all this other stuff? I don't know how would they go about doing, like, how realistic would they make the dinosaurs look? I would be okay if they made them a little bit cartoony. Not like Parkosaurus cartoony, but in the same vein as all the animals in the game currently. But I would like to see a Planet Dinosaur. I mean, the themes would be really cool. Can you see a lot of stone, a lot of caveman aesthetic type things. I think the possibilities are endless, and I would really love to see Frontier give that a shot. And I'm kind of curious to know what everyone else thinks. I think it'd be really cool. So yeah, just definitely let me know down in the comment sections how y'all feel about that, and give me your ideas. I've heard other things in the past, such as maybe doing like other simulation type games, of course. Things like maybe... I heard someone mention a Planet Race Car, where you essentially build like racetracks and all this other stuff. But I feel like that's something that should be implemented within another game. So, I don't know. But please, please, please let me know down in the comment section what y'all think. Because, like I said, the possibilities are endless. And, definitely see... The Planet Dinosaur is something that I really think is the most likely. That's my opinion. But it's something that I definitely see as most likely. So, yeah, let me know in the comment section. Like I said, for me, the Planet Aquarium, this would be something that should be implemented into the current game, the current product as a Planet Zoo, which is something that I believe is going to happen. It's just a matter of time. But yeah, like I said, I'm just really curious to know how y'all feel about it and what y'all think could happen. It's something fun to think about it in my mind. Yeah, so definitely let me know what everyone thinks. I'm very curious. Alright, so we'll get this stuff moved back. Screwed that up. Kind of worked out perfectly, didn't it? I think I'm going to run some fence along that area. Man, now I'm thinking about his Planet Dinosaur game. I mean, just everything that you get in Planet Zoo, but dinosaur-wise. I mean, they could even do exhibit animals like they do in this game as well with the some of these smaller dinosaurs, like some of these smaller creatures that aren't necessarily dinosaurs. So I mean, just thinking about it's really just an endless amount of possibilities. And I'm a firm believer that we are going to be getting a Jurassic World Evolution 2. And I still want to see that, so don't get me wrong. But I don't think that's going to last forever, if you know what I mean. So I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm pretty sure we're at least another probably 4, maybe longer years away from like another a game in the Planet series. But I mean, I'm already excited about it now. I mean, I really am curious to know what's next. But I'm also curious to know what's next already about the next DLC. Now, in my opinion, I don't want to do no like DLC speculation in these videos or nothing like that. But I personally want a North America DLC. I mean, South America, Australia, Europe, and North America are the 4 continents that are pretty much not represented well in the game. Some better than others, but when it comes to representation, Africa and Asia are the 2 continents, which makes sense, but are the 2 continents that are better represented than anything else, right? So my answer to that would be we already got the South American DLC first, then we got the Australian. Aquatic, again, is something you can consider that was not represented well. Obviously, it was it was represented. It wasn't represented at all at first. But, we got the DLC pack, so I fixed that problem. And then over time, we can get some more of the animals. Deep diving and stuff. I'm kind of hoping they'll do them a little bit quicker than they are currently. But that remains to be seen. But anyway, back to what I was saying. So I would like to see a North American DLC or at least a European DLC. I feel like the Southeast Asia pack was really, really cool. I don't have any problems with it. I do really miss, having some building pieces. But I can handle not having any. But for me, as someone who likes to build just as much as likes to mess with the animals and stuff, I really miss that on the building pieces. So I feel like it's going to be either one of 2 things. Either we're going to get an animal pack with more animals, or if we want building pieces and more animals, it's not going to happen. So we're going to get our building pieces, but we'll still only get the 5 animals in the pack. The 4 habitat, 1 exhibit. I feel like that's not going to change, unfortunately. Of course, I could be wrong, and I hope I am wrong. But that's pretty much what I'm getting out of it. So I'm just really hoping that North America and Europe are represented better here soon. I really love the animals within the Southeast Asia DLC. I mean, it's a great selection of animals, and I have no complaints, except the fact that Asia was already represented in the game fairly well. So, the rumors going around, like I said, I don't want to get into too much speculation because I'd rather just wait and be surprised. But the speculation is that, you know, the next DLC is going to be something to do with Africa. And then, like, you know, there's several animals in Africa that we really desperately need in this game, such as meerkats. Meerkats is a big one for me. But I'm willing to wait because Africa is already represented in the game so well, and I know a lot of you may disagree when it comes to what we should get next, but that's just my opinion. To be honest with you, I'll take whatever I can get. I'm happy with anything. Absolutely anything. Doesn't matter what it is, I'll take it. I'm not necessarily greedy or anything. But yeah, another question for you guys in the comments. What would you like to see next? Would you like to see the African pack and wait for the rest of the continents that are not so represented to be represented? Or not? I mean, like I said, it's just an opinion. Either way. Let's go ahead and put some... I'm going to go ahead and use concrete walls on this, because it's more of like a... it's not something that's supposed to look good. That's not what this is about here, this building. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to go put the... we'll use this. Just like so. We'll use a metal roof. It's like an industrial type thing is what I was trying to say. Let's use the metal clad. That is A2, so we need the... Okay. Yeah, when it comes to Planet Zoo DLC, for me personally, it doesn't matter what it is. I'm happy to take anything because I just love this game so much, and I want to make sure we continue to get, for the game to be, what's the word I'm trying, I'm just lost my words here, to continuously be provided for. That's my hope. Okay, so we'll work on that a little bit more later, but I just wanted to kind of get the gist of it. And we do have a reward. I think it's something about breeding habitat species. What did we breed exactly? Oh, we have some more offspring. So that's what happened. Komodo dragon has had more offspring. Let's go ahead and give this game a pause and see what we got here. So there's there's two babies that I see. Let's go and look at our animals here. So we got these guys. Some of these guys should be growing up soon. And once they grow up, we can sell them. I'm not going to keep them. I'm going to sell them. We do have a baby anteater who should be growing up soon. We have a scorpion that's about to give birth. We have 4 babies. These should be going pretty good for when it comes to... selling them for conservation credits. What do we have here? Did we have something die? I feel like we might have had something die. I don't even know if exhibit animals are able to inbreed, to be honest with you. So what I'm actually going to do, because those aren't actually that good anyway, is I'm going to buy some more Titan beetles. We got the money for it anyway, right? So let's go ahead and buy 4. I don't care how good or how bad they are. And then we're going to sell the other ones that we have. So we just adopted that one. So captive birth, captive birth, captive birth, captive birth. Okay, we'll get rid of all these. This should leave us 4 Titan beetles. We're going to send those to the trade center. And then for the ones that we just bought, that are all in the trade center, which I should have done that first, but anyway, so we're going to grab this one, this one, this one, and this one, and we're going to move these guys to the Titan Beetle exhibit, which is somewhere in here. scorpion, Titan beetle. And we have, this is messed up. Let's put that back. Alright, we'll get those guys in there. Alright, and then we're going to go to there and sell these guys. Because I'm not too worried about them, and I'm eventually going to probably replace those guys anyway. Alright, let's go back to the zoo. So we got these guys about to grow up. We're going to try to get us another female. So everything else I think is good. We're just waiting for things to grow up. This is about to give birth. So let's go ahead and see if we can find at least 2 more female Galapagos giant tortoises. We have 1. Fertility's still bad, but we'll take it anyway. And go ahead and send her to the zoo. Alright, so before we jump off here, a few things that I want to go ahead and take care of is we're going to go to the habitats here, and we got the Komodo dragon enclosure, which is that one. We got the giant anteater enclosure, which is no longer giant anteater. So we're going to go ahead and put Bard's taper. And then we have this guy here, and these are our Galapagos giant tortoises. We're going to put Galapagos giant tortoise enclosure. Get that named. And then we have our 2 exhibits here, so we need to figure out which one's which. So exhibit 1, exhibit 2. So exhibit 1 is the giant forest scorpion. And this one is the Titan beetle. So one of my favorite parts of this game is simply this, managing the zoo. This is probably one, if not my favorite part of this game. I just really enjoy it. So this is what I like to do. So we're going to keep these. So these ATMs are the ones over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to label them this way. ATM 1 is on this side, so we're going to label it ATM food and drink, because it's on that side. And then this one is on this side, so I'll label it info and gifts. Gulpy soda's in the front, so what I'm going to label this is I'm going to label this Gulpy soda visitor center. That's a good name for it. Chief beef is also the visitor center. And the way I do my vending machines is I always say, okay, this is Missy Good, so we're going to call it VM Missy Good Visitors Center. I'm going to copy that, so I don't have to type it up again. As you can see, it labeled it that way. We should have 2. I guess not. That's alright. Information Center. Same, we're going to go Visitors Center. And just a memento. Damn, I keep hitting just all the wrong buttons. Visitors Center. Because there's a possibility we'll have more of these around the zoo. Toilet block, so we're going to take the block out. We're just going to put toilet visitors center. I don't type like a normal person. I'm a little bit of a peck at the keyboard. So solar panel 1 is over here. So we're going to put solar panel, because that side is info and gifts. So we're going to put the same thing. We'll put info and gifts. So we know when we're looking for it, if there's an issue, we know which side to look on. Alright, and then the next one is over here, so we're going to call this one solar panel food and drink. Ugh, I can't type, man. You know how frustrating that is? And the next solar panel will be over here, so we're going to call this one the taper. Taper enclosure, because that's pretty much what this is running. And if we need to rename them later, we can rename them later. Water treatment. Can't type. It's frustrating me. And we'll call this the Komodo dragon because it's next to the Komodo dragon habitat. And the next water treatment will be over here, and we will call this, man, I can't do it. I'm starting to get irritated. Sorry guys. Don't mean to get all frustrated on here. We'll call this one the tortoise enclosure. So we got this stuff named. This is kind of how I do things. And I'm also going to probably go through and name the education as well. But we'll do that at a later date. That's pretty much everything I wanted to name. And then we do have the staff facilities, which I'm not going to get to that yet because we need to add the quarantine and all that other fun stuff. So I'm probably going to put vet and quarantine over here, and then the rest of it over here. It's going to be kind of split up. And then of course we'll have to put more around the zoo at a later date. And then once we do that, we're going to cover this stuff up here. And this will be like the borders of our zoo, and then we'll start expanding out around this area. And maybe even at some point come back around. But we'll find out. We'll get there when we get there. But our money is still good. So that's good, right? We're still making profit. You can see every year we make a profit. A pretty good profit as well. Even after building and purchases and all that stuff. And you can see we still got a little bit to go. So I think we'll probably reach back up to that 21 before then. One thing I do want to do is do a little bit of marketing. So we'll get rid of that one. And we're going to do a big one. Right? So one of these right here. So we're going to do this one. And then we're not going to renew it. And that'll bring in some more guests. Because our guests, everything seems pretty happy, right? They're only complaining about thirst, but everything else is pretty good, and education. The zoo ticket price is good. So once we get our anteaters back in, we'll bring that back up. The only thing that kind of sucks is the fact that our anteaters are technically our most popular animal. So, and that's like gonna be like right here in front of the zoo. So maybe we can make use of those billboards that kind of advertise things and get them to move farther over this way. But eventually, you know, we're going to add some other big name animals around here, and once we do that, everybody will start moving around over there as well. So, but yeah, I think I'm going to call it a day. I know we didn't do a whole lot, but we did a few things, and instead of just worrying about the game all the time, I kind of got a chance to look, you know, like a chat with you guys just a tad bit there. So, and to me, that's one of the most important things. Oh, we got another female. Alright, so we're going to take this one, and that'll be the last one. Alright, guys. So yeah, I'm going to call it a day. Again, in the comment section, let me know if you prefer to see some a different DLC pack, or would you like to see that rumored South African DLC. Also, let me know what you would like to see Frontier do next in the Frontier series, the Frontier franchise, or I'm sorry, the Planet franchise. Let me know what you think should be next. I really appreciate every single one of you guys for clicking on videos, watching them, leaving likes, the comments. If you haven't subscribed, consider doing so. It'll help me out. But only do it if you like what you see. If you have any criticisms or things that you think I should do differently when it comes to channel and the content, please let me know. We also have a Discord server. And I say we because it's not my Discord server. It's a community just like every other Discord you join, especially within the Planet Zoo and Planet Coaster community. It's not mine. It's ours. Is what I like to say. So definitely come over and have some fun with us. We're actually going to be starting a community zoo. We do have a lot of cool contests and all that cool stuff. So if you want, definitely come over, check it out. There's always a link. An invite in the descriptions of every single video that I make. And lastly, just take care of yourselves, stay safe, and I will see every single one of you in the next one. Take care, and see you later.